I'm literally telling you this story because you're probably 1 inch, 1 iota, one small choice, one small risk, one small step closer to you getting where you need to go in your life. May it be YouTube, school, your business, your friendships, your relationships. YouTube literally changed and saved my life. I literally got fired from the best position I ever had in my life.
You a dub, and I know you feel ashamed. Speed it up, know they wanna take the lane. Take a school bus, board a plane.
What's going on, y'all? It's the Sneaker Dog, and I'm back with another video. Check it out. I just wanted to tap in with y'all. You see we got the Sneaker Dog merch on. If y'all can kind of tap in and see what that look like, man. That's what we doing, man. But back to the video. This video is about how YouTube saved my life. Literally took me a long time just to hit some of the heights we hit this year. I wanted to go over this and give just a very inspirational story on how you can actually attain your goals from zero. When I say YouTube saved my life, it's not me just giving y'all some type of title for this YouTube video. I'm going to start back way at the beginning when I was just starting off at YouTube. Listen to this. I ended up having a little bit of YouTube success in the very beginning of my YouTube career 10 years ago. I've been on YouTube 10 years. So take a look at this. I ended up going on YouTube to do sneaker reviews. That's why my name is the Sneaker Dog. The merch and everything is not just because I thought up of a funky name or something like that. Nah, man, this is who I am. Like, I came on to YouTube as a creator for the sneaker culture, something that I was really big into at the moment. I just really wanted to understand how to become a bigger person in the community. And that really kind of started at its humble beginnings as being a YouTube content creator. So I did my first video. All these videos are still up on my channel. You'll be able to take a look at this information. See how I came from zero, man. Like, I had no subscribers just like everybody else. But then I started to utilize some social medias and different things like that. And I started to understand that the more you utilize on social media to obtain a little bit more exposure, the more people that will become attracted to the type of content that you are actually providing if it has value. Wanted to put that last little tidbit in there. You got to provide value for the people. Other than that, everything else was just organic, and I was coming on there literally just to make sneaker reviews, do things like that, make content, start a YouTube channel, do something as a hobby, and I did that. Here's the thing. I had to get back to regular life. A lot of people are going to relate to this, right? Regular life happened. I had to go back to regular life. When I went back to regular life, YouTube fell by the wayside. Before that happened, I had got my biggest YouTube regular video other than the 12K video from when PlayStation was down recently, which we'll get to that. Essentially, I ended up having the ability to go ahead and post a video from the Twitter link from NBA 2K. So I wasn't even doing Madden content at that time. So a lot of you boys will know me from Madden content, doing different content like that. BMW, you may know me from that as well. But it was not that. It was NBA 2K and sneaker reviews. That was the culture I was in when I was on YouTube. It's crazy because we've transitioned from something whole completely different now. Back to the story. Sometimes I can get a little bit long-winded. Listen, man, I ended up having a little bit of success on one of the videos. It was the one about the 1 million view video. When that happened, Twitter, NBA 2K's Twitter had a 1 million followers giveaway that they were doing in a locker code form. Let me elaborate a little bit. So I wanted to go ahead and film that experience. They gave me the locker code. You had to be on there to get one of the locker codes before it expired. I went ahead and I got one, right? All the OGs from back in the day, y'all know what's going on because we had to go ahead and get this done. Look, I got the locker code. I opened it up on film. I went ahead and I turned around and uploaded the footage directly to YouTube. Did very little editing. I don't even think I had a YouTube intro, anything. I just uploaded. I got 1,000 views for back in the day. This is 10 years ago, literally next month. Was my first video 10 years ago next month. And not even next month, in like a couple weeks. Look, so I went ahead and I did that. I got 1,000 views. I'm thinking, I'm about to be a real YouTuber. I was part of the YouTube partner program before they made it so hard to get into the partner program. So I was in the partner program. I was able to kind of take that for what it was, earn money. It was like 10 bucks I think I earned on YouTube. It was not a large amount. What I want to say by saying that is this: never quit, never give up. I ended up having what they call the dip. It's where you succumb to having a tough time and circumstances, and you take a look at where your perspective is, and it looks like you're wasting your time. You're not wasting your time. Keep going. Get through the dip. Climb up that mountain. I bring that up to say this. I was in that position. I got a job instead of kept going on YouTube, which you get. Sometimes you got to get a job. I might have to get one here in a month or so. If, you know, some of these videos don't take off, I mean, that's fine. We got to get a job. We got to get a job. We got to make a living. I can't be on the street, right? Anyways, look, man. YouTube saved my life. I wasn't always monetized. When I created that video, I had to go get a job, a real life job, to go ahead and do the things that I needed to in my real life. Not that YouTube's not real life, but when it's not paying you, it's hard to utilize all of your energy into something that's not producing any type of income. We've all been there. Also part of the dip. Do not be discouraged. Back to the story. I ended up getting that job. I'll even say the company. I worked at Comcast, doing some cable things, different things like that. If you know me from my real life, you know my Comcast days, man. Ascended to level 4, was an interim supervisor at that job for maybe 2 weeks while my soup went out on some type of vacation or something like that. And we ended up having great success at that job. That took 3 years of my time. During that time, I did not do anything on YouTube. Barely uploaded any videos. You have your one here, one there, boom, bow, bing. You get what you get out of what you produce, and I wasn't producing anything for YouTube at that time. Fast forward to when I revamped my channel. A lot of y'all who kind of came back with me came back during that period. I had 90 subscribers. 90 subscribers when I started back trying to post shorts. They said they were trying to make shorts more of something that you can make money and get monetized from. Little did I know that it does not count towards your watch hours. So it's very hard for you to kind of gain the exact thing that you need from shorts alone and gain those watch hours. So I did that. I didn't have a way to really gather a lot of watch hours or video views to get the views and watch hours I needed to be able to go ahead and get monetized. Flash forward 2-3 more jobs after that. I'm just working jobs. I'm kind of letting my YouTube die. It's dying out in the background. I'm just letting it just sit there and do nothing, get less and less views from even the great content I created that was doing something. Don't do that, by the way, if you can't tell by the little bit of a resentment towards myself in that. You got to keep going, guys, right? You got to make sure that you're doing what you got to do in your life to further what you're doing. I'm bringing all this back full circle. Trust me. Stay with me, people. If you end up letting that dip happen and then you quit, you'll end up like me. All those 5, 6, 7 years, it's been about 6 years since I tried to revamp and get monetized. Just recently, about 3 months ago, I ended up having some success on YouTube with a live stream. If you know, you know, it was a live stream when PlayStation Network was down. We popped out. A lot of people that was recently around when I was doing different things popped out with us. It caused us to show up on some type of algorithm, and we were able to get a lot of support through that method. The live stream method really helped me out. So then the next day, mind you, I said, well, how am I going to carry this? There's an underlying reason why there was a little more fire. We're going to get to that in a different video. I don't want to give people who are trying to like maybe steal my name and different things like that. Hint at what I'm going to get to in that video. I will go ahead and do that. Let me backtrack a little bit here. We actually had a little bit more success than I thought. When I was in my YouTube Shorts kind of bag, per se, we were going ahead and we were uploading content to YouTube Shorts daily. I was doing this challenge of uploading. I think it was just 1 month that I started at, where I was gonna upload 1 month of YouTube shorts every single day, not miss a day, upload for 1 month. I was doing these challenges, man. I really was working towards this. So I went ahead and I did that challenge, but the challenge turned into me doing shorts. I think it was 4 months that I did shorts without actually missing a day. And I got up to like, I think it was from 90 subscribers up to like 590, something very similar to that number, right?
Before that, you were stuck at 64.
I was actually stuck at 60. I know 60 and 90 isn't a real big number. That's why I really wasn't gonna talk about it. But we were stuck at 60 for a long time. Like 2 years at 63. Crazy work, right? I say all that to say this. I did a Cedric the Entertainer's, my top level short that I have right now. I did a Cedric the Entertainer short about how he stole Cat Williams' joke. And I created like a video to prove it as a short form video. When I did that, it kind of took off for about 4 days to a week of non-stop movement on that short. So with that being said, that short took off 90,000, almost 100,000 views on that short. That's before the live stream from PlayStation Network's down. Appreciate you. Now, listen to this. I turned around and I was sitting on the couch. I gotta tell this story from the beginning because it's super motivational, right? I'm sitting on the couch absorbing content, right? I'm absorbing all this content and something happens where I'm not able to get online. And I go look, I can't get on PlayStation Network. I Google it. It's not really on the internet yet. I'm looking around. Nobody's talking about it. A light bulb went off in my head. Bing! I get up. I stand up on my feet. And this is one thing I always said. I go by this method with YouTube from now on, and with anything that I do, my businesses, anything I do, I follow this method and I've been successful. Are you ready? Come here, real quick. You need to think of the idea, stand up, put the idea into motion immediately. You don't wait, okay? All right, I'm done. You can back up just a little. All right, look. You want to put that idea into motion immediately. You want to make sure that fresh idea has motion behind it immediately, okay? It's not just something you're talking about every day and you're not doing anything about it. No, I had the idea in my head. No one's doing this. No one's talking about it. I got on my feet immediately, stood on my feet. That's part of it. Had said idea, stood up on my feet, put said idea into practice. If you don't listen to anything else I said in this video, please take a listen to that and put that into motion into your own life and watch how you flourish. Watch how you flourish. Believe me, I live by it today. I stood up, I got on my feet, I turned around, went in my office, got on my computer, and I went live. I went live and I talked about how PlayStation Network is down. We did a lot of different things in that live. And there's a video I'm gonna clip out of that live that needs to be talked about. I won't kind of do too much about talking about it. I want it to be fresh in people's minds when they do go ahead and utilize and see that content. It is a good motivational video and funny as well, like some of my content is. Hopefully y'all think it's funny. You know, the guy's not funny. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I went ahead, I did that live stream. It got 15,000 views immediately. It dwindled to about 12.9, 12.5, who knows what it is today, right? The very next day, I said, what am I gonna continue this motion with? How can I continue to get the success on YouTube that I got yesterday off this viral moment? And I said, well, it was live streaming that I do. And I did on that day. So I said, we'll go live. But I didn't know what to do live. Get what I mean? I had no idea what to do live. I didn't know what video content to create to go live to. I had no idea what to do live. So I thought about it. My girl's giving me ideas. I'm coming up with different ideas, spitballing, brainstorming, whatever term you want to utilize. Bro, and I tell you, I turned around, another light bulb went off in my head and I said, what are you good at? I want you to take a look in the mirror, man. Not everybody's good at everything. I can't be like anybody else, whoever. It's only those people are taken. It's just me. It's just you. It's just you. What you have to do is this. Look in the mirror, ask yourself, what do I do that could provide value to someone else? Stop thinking about you. You could do a lot of things you like to do. I said to myself, I looked internally in the mirror and I said, what are you good at? What can people look to you for and believe in your expertise? And I had those same thought processes for my lady. And that's how we even put her on YouTube, is that she provides so much value in the beauty space that she's able to provide information, product information, videos, do her hair, makeup, and people absorb that content because they don't know how to do those things. They find value in that information. She had an outlet. She was able to grow that organically just off. And I had to turn around and look at myself in the mirror, and I'm doing a lot of things that were more self-serving. They were like, I like sneakers. Everyone likes them, but am I even passionate enough about it to talk about it the way that I was? I love them. I mean, the merch is fire. But at the time, I had to think, what am I actually really great at? Madden. I was a competitive Madden player in the community. I literally have a Madden challenge shirt. I'll reveal it in one of these videos. It's not within arm's distance. I don't want to break the vid. Listen, it's crazy because I thought of that and I said, well, how can I go live? It's really about problem solving when you're trying to figure out how to get to where you want to go. It's like anything in the world. Try to solve this problem. You hear me? Solve it. I said, well, I don't know how to go live and play Madden, this, that. I solved that. And I started going live that day on Madden. Started gaining a bunch of momentum is the best word to say. A lot of traction. I don't like the word clout because I worked way too hard to even talk about clout. I literally gained momentum, bro. There was nobody in these live streams. I'm telling you, no one. It was zero. I was talking to myself, man. Listen. It's crazy because I literally had no one in these live streams. We literally had no one in these live streams. I didn't even have the best mic. I was using my controller mic. I'm giving you all these details because none of that matters. None of it mattered. I went live. People started hearing my voice. It may not have been the best quality, but they started to understand and feel my story. They started to understand what I'm doing here on YouTube and the value that I provide. And then I started to have people come into the live streams. The same thing can happen for you. YouTube literally changed and saved my life. I literally got fired from the best position I ever had in my life. I was a project manager for a therapy company doing implementation project management. Say that 10 times, let alone do the job. Okay? It was tough. I ran a whole department. Let that sink in. It hasn't for me yet. I barely even put it on my resume. I ran a whole department for ShareNote, the actual software. And I taught people how to utilize that software to be able to run their business. That was what I did. I ran about 30 clients per cycle. The cycle was about 10 weeks. And I would then take those clients through implementation, which is just a learning process and training course. I would basically teach them some high-level skills on what they're going to be able to utilize to get to where they want to go in their business. That's what I did before I kind of came and got a little bit bigger on YouTube. Understand me, those skills helped me get here today. They did. All the skills you utilize, but here's the thing. Let me scale that back. You have to know how to position the skills in order to be able to use them to benefit yourself from having the skills. Get it? Like, you really gotta think about the things you do at your job that are making millions of dollars for that corporation, and think about how you can implement, see how I tied that all in, implementation, implement those things into your life so that you can turn around, make millions for yourself. And when I realized that thing for myself, I got monetized on YouTube very swiftly. I went about it the right way. I found value to give to people. This is not about me telling you this story so that I feel great about me. I'm literally telling you this story because you're probably 1 inch, 1 iota, 1 small choice, 1 small risk, 1 small step closer to you getting where you need to go in your life. May it be YouTube, school, your business, your friendships, your relationships. Trying to build something is hard. There's a dip there. Fight through the dip. Back on track with the story, right? I figured out by doing that job, and we'll go to how I got fired. Let's backtrack. How did I get fired? I was on a trip to Atlanta, flew out, my job paid for me, flew me out to Atlanta to do a webinar. I spoke at the webinar. I got paid my regular salary, no extra money. Flew out, did it with the utmost professionalism, came back home, got a raise. I know it's not seeming like I'm gonna get fired at the end of the story. Just wait, it's coming. Got a raise, got my yearly review, exceeds expectations, and I felt like it should have been more than that. And I'm very humble, bro. I'm super humble, but I ran a whole department. Should have been whatever the top of that was. I ran a whole department that was about to sink without me. Literally think about what I'm saying. The company used me. I got that portion of the business up and running and people vitalized with a young face, young energy, a young college educated man that was the forefront of this. Not to mention that I'm also the demographic of the people that are being serviced. And I'll leave it at that. You can interpretize and interpret that how you would like. That's not even a word. You can interpret that how you will. Listen, I went to Atlanta and I got that webinar opportunity. It was not my boss that gave it to me. It was another boss in a synonymous, in an adjacent part of the company. That company has many working parts of it. I was in small business, which was who I was doing implementations for. The other one was some other part of the company. I forget. I haven't been there in months, maybe 6 months. I'm going to tell you like this. They wanted me there. My boss was mad, that I actually got that opportunity and I went on that trip. Ever since I came back from that trip, he had to promote me or else I probably would have left that day. He had to give me that raise or else I probably would have left that day. So he had to do certain things. Like, you just know how you're worth certain things. If you don't know you're worth certain things, listen to this video and understand you're worth something. You're worth something. The biggest trick of a job is to make you feel worthless. You come back to work and you just keep working. You don't work on your businesses. You don't do anything that you want to do. You just sit up and you work for them and make them rich and you feel like you're worthless, but you're worth something because you're in that seat making the millions. Use your head. Use your head. Back to the story. So they used me up, drained me like a rag in Twin Dragons. Jet Li movie is my favorite movie. Like the rag they wrang out to practice their martial arts, just wrang me dry. And when I didn't even take vacations, man. I had unlimited PTO. Like, I just wanted to be successful, bro. And I literally went on this trip, got back, they hit me with all that stuff, right? I end up having something happen. I end up getting like there was like a stomach flu that was going around like 6-8 months ago. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a large stomach flu that was going around. And I got so sick at the same time as I put in my vacation request to finally go on vacation for a week, full week. Took it, was gonna go for a full week. I got sick the day before I'm supposed to fly out. Like 2-3 days before I'm supposed to fly out. I could be wrong on the timing. Right before, let's just say this, right before I was about to go on this plane, I was sick. I couldn't go. So vacation, I think it was 2 days before, if I'm really remembering right. It was like a couple days before. And I was gonna try to get on this plane. I could not get healthy. I'm sick, I'm throwing up in the sink, I'm waking up taking 15 showers, I can't sleep, I'm rolling around in the bed, I'm sweating, I'm losing weight. One of the reasons I'm way thinner now. And I wanted to keep that weight off. That's why I'm still thinner, not because I'm still sick. I'm great. I'm feeling healthy. All that. Listen, long story short, I get over the sickness, but it took like an extra 1 day past my, I've been gone the whole week from my vacation, but I didn't go. Wasted a plane ticket, didn't get to go, didn't get reimbursed. This is before all that. they ended up having the opportunity to grant me like maybe another week vacation. Nope. They chewed me out via email because I rescheduled some meetings that I couldn't take physically because I was throwing up all day, every day, literally. Had to go to the hospital to try to get better. They put an IV in my arm. I still have a scar on my vein from this. This is real life, bro. This isn't a YouTube story at this point. YouTube saved my life. I was sick, down bad, lost my job. I came back to work. These people told me that I did something wrong and canceled the meeting and that I needed to think about my customers that I've been servicing for over a year. I'm not in a probationary period, people. I've been at this job for a year plus. And they felt the need to... This is the shadiest part of this whole story. And some of you... Right, so they got rid of me. The card, it ended up... well, not the card, but my camera has a 30-minute 4K limit, whatever. We'll get it. The video stopped. Back on track. I was talking about how I was sick. I came back, and this is the most bogus part of this story, right? I came back. They acted like they cared about me. They had all these meetings to have me explain why I was gone and sick, which I already told them during and sent an email and all this stuff. And they wanted to go ahead and talk to me about how I was sick and all these things in meetings. And I explained to them that I went to the hospital, I have paperwork, showed the paperwork on camera. Trust me, your job doesn't care about the paperwork. They don't care. They want to get rid of you. And I hate to be, I'm not being cynical. This happened to me. Like my lady was telling me what you were probably thinking. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not getting rid of you. What are you talking about? You work too much to this, like logical thinking, right? She's thinking logically, and she's saying that, you know, they're not going to get rid of me. I run a whole department, this, that, and the other thing. Well, what happened was this. I ended up coming back to work. They acted like everything was okay. After I was done explaining everything that I was supposed to explain, they acted like things were cool. There was a few red flags, though. One, and I telegraphed my firing because I knew with the red flags what they were trying to do. I've been at other jobs where you're no longer of use, or the company deems you a problem, or you made them mad in some type of way, or you didn't fulfill an obligation that you were supposed to fulfill. None of these happened, by the way. But I was sick, and I said companies today are very strange when you get sick. So I just want to talk about that, right? Companies being very strange when you get sick. They sat up and they basically said, essentially, act like everything is okay. Make me feel like I came back and everything's good. But of course, you got to remember they were giving me this roasting about why I was sick. So I knew something wasn't up. I started to see the red flags, right? So we'll get back to that. Red flag number one is that there was someone who came back from leave. I won't even say what type of leave, but they came back from leave and they ended up having the opportunity to promote me or this person. They promoted the other person and did not promote me. Mind you, I just came back from being sick. I had a feeling they weren't going to do it because they were acting weird. Here's the thing. I ended up having that happen, and I'm already making subtle moves to get out of this job, but not really, because it's the best job I ever had, best pay, getting paid really good money. And I was doing a lot of work, but I'm able to do a lot of work quickly. So I had like some time where I was able to just cool off, do different things, focus on my business. Here's the thing. They had me training people to essentially make them me. That's it. Like I literally trained them to be my position. Trained them on my job. And this is when I knew they were probably going to get rid of me, is when they did that. So I'm like training them on my job. I'm saying to my lady like, hey, I think they finna get rid of me. They got me training all these people on this position. Another big integral part of the company that was part of me being in Atlanta was fired. The person, all the people that reported under them were fired. And they were all in the same part of the company as me. Also looked like me. They ended up firing us all. I came in one day. There were no new contracts for like a week. That also happened. So I had no new contracts to do any new implementations because Business slowed up. A lot of people were taking their money away from ShareNote because they weren't deemed as doing the right thing by their customers. In this particular company, not ShareNote themselves, guys, this particular company I'm talking about wasn't doing right by their ShareNote customers. When that happened, they pulled a lot of their contracts. There were no new deals. When there were no new deals, they were still paying me my full salary and had to. But I wasn't getting any real new deals, so I trained other people during that time that eventually took my job but were doing other jobs until my job basically picked back up. You know, pick up what I'm putting down? That's what happened. So mind you, I come into work one day. We're not even done with the training. But I'm going to start at the beginning. I come in, I have meetings. I have meetings throughout my whole day for this implementations for the people that are still on my schedule. These take 10 weeks. So, you know, a couple weeks later, I probably would have got another couple of implementations, something like that. Anyways, long story short, there wasn't. And I was teaching these people how to do my job. We got pretty much to the middle, right about at the middle. And I think that they understood that I understood that they were trying to get me through the training as quickly as possible so that they could stop from paying me another cycle of pay. So I was going slow. I had other meetings. I was filling my schedule up to get my people taken care of, all things they wanted me to do, by the way. Then they didn't want me to do them because they wanted to get rid of me quickly and not pay me another check's worth of money. Mind you, my check had my new raise I just got hit my check. This is the second check that I got with my new raise on it. That's the check that I ended up getting fired on. So brought me in, regular day, full of meetings. I'm doing the meetings. I get lunch. I'm about to take my lunch and a meeting pops up on my schedule. Anybody who's ever been fired, you know that's how it starts. So when I see meetings for different people I'm around, I get nervous when I see just a midday meeting pop up before your lunch. Like, just be nervous about that sometimes, because that's kind of one of those little telltale signs they're about to get rid of you. Got in, and mind you, I'm doing nothing wrong. If I did something wrong, y'all, I will take accountability. I got sick. I went to the hospital. I had literally documents saying that I was sick and went to the hospital. Your job don't care. They want someone who didn't get sick in the climate of you know, all the different diseases and sicknesses that are out here right now. They want someone who don't get sick. So I got sick. They don't like that. They brought me into that meeting at about 11:30, right before my lunch. Sat me down. There was another person in the meeting. I'm like, hey, what's going on? They're like, hey, this person's just going to be here as a witness and da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh. Okay. They turn around, tell me how they told me about my attendance and coming into the office, because I was technically hybrid, but I was remote. And I was going into the office the required amount, 1 to 2 times a week. I went twice that week before they tried to fire me. And I think it was because I was sick and I didn't come in the office. So they were like mad about that maybe. I'm telling you, I did nothing wrong. These people just wanted to not pay me my $50K. Mind you, and it was more than that. I'm just going to give you like the median number. It was more than that because I had bonuses and different things, but salary, it was like 55 or upper. But anyway, crazy work. I felt like they didn't want to pay me. Here's why. For all the people who probably are going to say, hey, well, how do you know that? My supervisor had been with the company forever. His boss was newly hired, though. He got rid of him, put his workload on the remaining supervisor, so they were working twice as hard, saved his money for the company. These are the things sometimes these companies have to do. If you understand what's happening, it's kind of what's happening in the world right now. Everybody's being laid off. Everybody's being downsized so that you don't have a job, and the company saves money on your job. Stay woke in the sense of, I don't even like that term, stay aware, okay? Stay aware and stay aware and just stay ready for anything, okay? I'll say that. So I'm in this meeting. They're telling me about this attendance policy that I'm following. I literally am following it. Only thing they could mention is that I went and I was sick. On vacation time, I was sick. So they shouldn't have been able to really do anything because of that. But I should sue this company, to be honest with you. And I've been really thinking about it. My lady thinks I should sue. My mom thinks I should sue. I've been trying to just keep positive energy in the things that are flowing in my life going. With that being said, I might have to sue them people. Because why on earth are you able to get away with relieving me of my whole department and my ability to feed my family and take care of my woman and my situation and my life overnight because you feel like I lied about maybe being sick? Or I really can't tell you why these people let me know or let me go. I can't let you know. I don't know. I just can tell you what happened, and then y'all can let me know in the comments. Again, I've said this a million times, long story short, this is like a 45-minute video. Listen, if it wasn't for that happening to me, I wouldn't be here where I'm standing today. Okay? They let me go. They sat up and they acted like it was something that they had to do. They didn't. They wanted to let me go because that's what was best for their company. Fine. I had to start thinking about what's best for me. Okay, you need to go ahead and grow your YouTube and try to get into creating and doing things that are fun for you. You need to go about trying to do some things that are going to maintain and build your wealth instead of making a company who doesn't care about you money and going to dump you literally on your spinal the second that you don't do what they want you to do. And this isn't someone who's telling you this stuff so that you are just against jobs and rah, rage the machine. Like, I don't even care about none of that stuff. I just want you to protect yourself. Understand that the companies do not care about you as a singular human being. They care about you being in a seat to create revenue for that company and how good or lack thereof, or even more so, great you do that your job. And that's it. It's cut and dry. You have to think about all this stuff as a business. So while you're putting all your energy into that business, think about your children. Think about your mom. Think about your girlfriend. Think about your wife. Think about your lifelong friend that's been dying for you to help invest in this business. So you're going to this stuff and you're feeding them all this energy. You could be piloting some type of new business with your homie. You could be trying, don't quit your job to do this. Use your job to do this. Use that job to fund that revenue into your company to inevitably cut that cord clean off. Okay? That company did not care about me, obviously, but they didn't care. They actually hurt me and made it so that I wouldn't get another salary check by letting me go that day, so that I only got one extra day of pay. That was it, and they prorated it to a very low number. I think they still owe me money. I say all that to say this. We got a lot of blessings going on out here on YouTube. YouTube has changed my life. You are looking at a Sneaker Dog hoodie. I have about 203 products on my store that you could take advantage of, and they are high quality like this. This has been washed. Oh, this has been washed. Anyways, this isn't a promo video at all. I'm just trying to tell y'all that I focused on YouTube. I went live for 12-hour days, created abundance of content 5 times per week. I got monetized in 3 months, 4 months, 4 months. Just barely 4 months, because if I would have went live a little bit more, I would have hit 3. But 4 is the number. I went live for 4 months, about 4 to 5 times a day. But I did fast track it by going 12-hour, 16-hour, 19-hour live stream days. There's no one on YouTube doing that. Do it for multiple types of content, honey videos, different things like that, man. Like, we got the Sneaker Dog blanket over there. I'd rotate the camera, but it's over there. I was able to get that due to me focusing hard on everything that I needed to do for me. I had to take a loan because that job let me go so abruptly. I was hurting very badly, bro. And like, it was to the point where I was feeling like I was about to be homeless. It was to the point where I thought they were going to repo my car. You know how hard I worked for that BMW at these corporate jobs? It's literally the only thing I do have to show for these corporate jobs. What else? My knowledge? Great. No. You need a tangible thing you can touch. This company, YouTube, helped me build that. I have merch that's gonna be under this video. I got a Discord that is helping my people grow. I'm monetized on YouTube. Growing money right now. You can do this. Get in front of your camera. Do what you need to do. There's people out here with less knowledge and expertise than you, and they're on YouTube, and I don't mean to diminish anyone. There are people with more knowledge than you that are not on YouTube, and they'll never get the money because they never shot a shot to get it. You have to shoot in order to try to make a shot. You can't just think something's gonna go through the net without it ever being left your hand. I really hope you guys love this story. It's a true one. YouTube saved my life. I'm still not out of the weeds. I literally need y'all to watch this video. Thumbs up, try to hit this like, bop, 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 bop. Hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all make this go as far as possible. I'm trying new things, new forms of content. If you want a Sneaker Dog hoodie, you want to be a Sneaker Dog insider, look in the description for the Insiders Club. Sneakerdog.shop is the store. It is owned by me. I have my own URL. I actually paid for it, and I believe in myself. Believe in yourself. You can do anything you put your mind to. And on that, it's been real. Look for more content, man. Sneaker Dog out, baby.